Every vinyl lover dreams of digging through stacks, but what's it like to actually run the shop where all the digging happens? This is episode 2 of Pressed, and I'm joined by Giggens. Had him on the podcast before. This is the first time on this segment, a lifelong collector and co-manager of Static Era Records in Connecticut. Super happy to have you back on, Giggens, and I want to dive into vinyl with you.
Yeah, let's do it, man. I'm stoked to be back. Happy to be here.
Let's just go right into it. How did your personal vinyl journey begin?
I mean, I grew up with records, so for me, they were never out of the question. You know, my parents, like a lot of kids in the 90s, still had their record collection and their record player. So, it wasn't super weird to go to your friend's house and look at their parents' record collections. It was pretty normal. Kids at school weren't talking about records. They were CDs and tapes were the big thing in the 90s, late 90s. But it was always around and always something that I was interested in, and I just liked that this magic happened when you put this plastic thing on this player and you put a needle down and music magically came out. I was always fascinated by it, but from as a kid I started collecting records, and it's always stuck with me. It's never been a not part of my life,
Yeah, and did you ever like go through that phase that a lot of people did where they got rid of them all? You know what I mean, like downsizing, or did you keep them the whole time?
No, I've only sold records. There was about 6 months, about 10 years ago, where I sold a bunch of records to make rent, once in a while, but
Nice.
buy food. But I've never like just purged because I thought just keep Spotify or whatever. But no, I've always kept them.
How did this kind of journey, I guess, basically progress for you?
It ebbed and flowed until I was about in high school. I was about 15 or so. But when I was a kid, like I'd get them at garage sales or antique stores. Or, if my aunt and uncles didn't want them anymore, I'd collect from family members or neighbors or whoever didn't want to have them anymore. Family, friends, that kind of stuff. But by about, I don't know, how old was I when Weezer's Green album came out? I was like 12 or 13 or something like that. And I remember going to Hot Topic and buying that brand new on vinyl.
Nice.
I still have it. That copy goes for like $200 now. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
I still have the original, $13 price tag on the back. But I remember buying like Pinkerton, blue, and green pretty close to each other at Hot Topic because records were insanely cheap back then because no one was buying records in 2000 and 2001. So I was buying records on and off then. And then when I got into classic rock heavily on my own, when I was discovering discographies as opposed to greatest hits, I was like, I want a copy of Who's Next. And so that was the first one I went out and bought. That was like a used record from a record store. And I'd never been to like a designated record store that still focused primarily on vinyl. I've been to record shops that sold, CDs and tapes. But a 1980 copy of Who's Next on the MCA Rainbow label. Still have it. And that was my first record. I remember like saving up my allowance, going out, plunking it down and bringing it home, being like, wow, this is Who's Next. Wow. You flip it over. Wow, there's a picture of him in the back. It was great. It was a whole experience. And the coolest thing for me growing up was looking for new albums on vinyl because in the late 90s, that just didn't exist. It wasn't a thing. So when I saw the Green album on vinyl, I was like, oh my God, you can buy Weezer on vinyl? Like, how weird is this? Like, so then the nerd in me has always been interested in just the aesthetics of it. But that copy of Who's Next, I still have it. I haven't played it in a minute, but that was really a catalyst moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Plunged me into debt.
Yeah, absolutely. How many records do you think you have at this point?
I don't know, man. 3,000.
That's so crazy.
I got a bunch behind me here.
Yeah.
And like they're behind these records. And then in the rest of this room, there's IKEA cubes everywhere. The other room has records. We've got some in the basement. Yeah, probably about 3,000 at this point. Yeah, I've had more. I've sold stuff over time, but yeah.
Yeah. I would love to get to that point. I don't know where I'd put them all, but I'd love to get to that point.
I always tell people it's quality over quantity. And if you have 15 records that you love to pieces, then just enjoy those 15. Like, it's not a race. I see people on Instagram post like, I need to have 500 records. Like, why?
Yeah.
What's
totally.
that? You guys sleep better at night? Like, what is it?
Yeah.
But I mean, this is a lot of years of curating at this
Mm,
point. This is
mhm.
like, I'm looking for this particular variant. I'm looking for
Mhm.
that particular matrix number. I'm looking for
Mhm.
that British copy or this copy from the Netherlands. So like
Yeah.
it's not just buying records for the hell of it. There's a purpose to every single thing in this room. And
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. And then you kind of basically went from being, a record collector to being the manager at a record store. Now
yeah.
explain kind of how that came about.
Yeah, when Static Era Records in Milford, Connecticut. Hey, hey.
That's right.
When they first opened, this guy Jay opened the store, and my parents actually went in there before I did because I was living out of state at that time,
Mm,
and they were like, "Hey, this new record store just opened during the pandemic. You gotta go. So next time you come
mm,
up, let's go." So I went in there and met him, and it was like meeting an old buddy.
yeah, yeah.
And we stayed in touch for whatever it was, a year or so. Then I moved back to Connecticut. Um, and as I was moving back, he was like, "Yo, we're filming this TV show about the record store. I really
Mhm,
want you to be a part of it, and
mhm.
work with the rest of us." Which there isn't much rest of us. There's just
Yeah.
other people.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Of course." So we filmed the whole TV show. We had the lights and the crew and all, the whole thing. Pilot, TV pilot. And he was like, "Look, when you finally settle down and move up here, I want you to work here. Simple as
Mhm,
that." And
mhm,
so I started to come in. I just got the lay of the land and, realized what the store was like and what the clientele was like. And
mhm,
yeah, after just working a few shifts, he was like, "You've got to be a manager." Gave me a key, and that was it. And since then, it's primarily been like the three of us. It's Jay, this guy Austin, who's a
mhm,
musician,
mhm.
and me. And we just took on a new girl named Julia. She's our fourth static at the moment.
Awesome.
Um, but it's been cool, man. You know, it was a fun journey to sort of work my way up for a little bit, but
Mhm.
um, the three of us, now the four of us, we've all got such diverse tastes, and we're all nerds about it. So we're really good
Yeah.
to bounce off each other when people come in looking for weird stuff. One of us will have an answer about it, so it's
Mhm.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah, that's amazing. What's like one of the wildest or like most unexpected thing that you've seen come into the store?
yeah. I want to say there was a Robert Ludwig Zeppelin 2 that came in one time,
Hmm.
but maybe I just dreamed it, and I'm like putting it out there for it to happen.
There you
Um,
go. Yeah.
there's always stuff buried inside jackets. There's always cool newspaper clippings of, like, when the band came to
Mm,
town in 1973 or old
mhm,
weed. That's
mhm.
always stuffed into the jackets.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's money in there. Sometimes there's
Mhm,
papers or notes to loved ones, and
mhm.
I love that stuff. The context of, like, when you give a record to somebody as a present,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
where did it go? Where did it live? Where was this record for
Mhm,
the last 30 years?
mhm.
Nothing I wouldn't say anything too crazy. Like, we do get, like, cool records that come in, but as far as, like, stuff that's, like, in them, nothing too much.
Mhm.
I can't off the top of my head, I can't think of anything right now. We get signed stuff pretty often,
Nice. Yeah,
um,
that's really cool.
which comes in, yeah. But, the coolest collection we got in recently was back in March, and it was, like, all sealed MoFi records from, like, day one when Mobile Fidelity opened in the '70s
Wow.
or early '80s. Um, but the dude had, like, 6 copies of each album. This was a
Whoa.
massive it must've been 5,000 albums. It
That's
was the coolest
crazy.
collection we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Just, like, stuff you never thought you'd hold,
Mhm.
like that
Yeah.
that velvet Jimi Hendrix box from the late '90s and,
Man.
Japanese Beach Boys records. It was really cool.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's like, do you keep like what do you do with that? 5,000 records is so much because how many stores can really stock that much new? Like, do you hold a lot of that back? Like, what do you do?
Yeah, absolutely. We're still working on it, and as
Mhm,
as we're filming this, it's now September of 2025. So
mhm.
we've had it for 6 months. We've been cranking through it,
Man.
selling a lot in Discogs as well, but
Okay,
yeah, it's
sure.
been feeding the store for months. It's been really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a weird Jethro Tull record come in. It's
Hmm.
got the drawings in the front from the early '70s. I can't think of what it's called. Pop-up? It's got the when you open it up, it's got the little characters pop up.
That's crazy.
Can't think of
Yeah.
what it's called.
Yeah.
Anyways, this was a bootleg version that someone had made either in their basement or something, but really well done.
Wow. Yeah.
It's a non-gatefold, and I pulled the record out of the sleeve, and the record had, like, Bookman old style font typed onto it. I was like, "What is this?" We couldn't find it anywhere, and,
Yeah.
it's worth either $1,000 or nothing. It's whatever people want to pay for it at that point.
That's true. Yeah.
Someone bought it, so it's gone
Yeah.
now, but
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was cool then.
Wow. That is really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
As somebody that has been collecting for a long, long time, and then also now a part of a record store, what would be some advice that you'd have for someone just starting a collection?
I would say collect what you love and don't collect because someone's telling you you need to have this record in your collection.
Mm,
When you start building your collection based off other people's thoughts, whose collection is it?
yeah,
It's not yours.
absolutely. Yeah.
So, like, if you really love whatever band, if you really love Green Day, that's your favorite band,
Hmm.
then just start with a Green Day album
Yeah.
and see how it feels.
Hmm.
Get used to taking the record out and like not touching the grooves and like learn how to appreciate the disc and
Hmm.
learn how to take care of your turntable.
Hmm.
Maybe upgrade over the years as you start to get more deeper into it, but collect what you like and be aware that it will become addicting. You will get addicted
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
It's the easiest gateway drug of music there is buying records because it's the thrill of the search.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so much fun to
Hmm.
go out digging. I mean,
Yeah.
I work for a record store, but I still shop at record stores. I go all
Yeah.
over the place.
Hmm.
So collect what you like and don't let anybody tell you that your collection is lame or isn't big enough, or
Hmm.
if you only love greatest hits albums, just enjoy greatest hits albums. That's what they're
Yeah.
there for.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Totally.
oh, sorry, I bought the best music this band has to offer.
Yeah.
Get off, man. Get that. Um, no, just dig what you want to dig. That's all. And if it happens one day you have 10,000 records, great. If you stick with 35 records, great.
Hmm.
There's no race, there's no judgment. It's a very personal thing to own a record collection, and
Yeah.
it's a cool reflection of who you are. It's nice to walk into someone's house and see records. Oh, this is who this person is. Oh, they're a
Hmm.
jazz guy. You
Hmm.
know, it's hard to look at someone's phone and be like scrolling through Spotify and you have like 18 trillion bands. And like, who is this person?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
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 So I'll go on a small tangent for you.
Yeah.
It drives me nuts when people rip on the Crosley suitcase players
Hmm.
because for some kids and some people, that's all they can afford.
Yeah. Yeah.
And before the people in the comments come after me, well, if you're spending $85 on a rare pressing of a record, you're putting it on this crappy turntable. What's the point?
Yeah.
Who cares is the point. Like,
Yeah.
who cares? It's their
Mhm.
record and they can play it
Yeah.
on whatever thing they want to play it on.
Yeah.
You're not in their room dictating to tell them what to do.
Mhm.
Um, and the Crosley players, they're fine for what they are. They sound all right. They're great for apartments or dorms, or if you're just
Mhm.
starting out, it's a great gateway to get you into like how putting the arm down and lifting it up and taking care of the needle.
Mhm.
And eventually you can upgrade if you want and get
Yeah.
something a little bit better and grow with it.
Yeah.
Um, but you can't knock the Crosleys, like, and they
Mhm.
don't eat your records. If you play the same record over and over and over again every single day for like, a year, any
Mhm.
record player would destroy it,
Yeah.
let alone
Absolutely.
Crosley.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
Crosley, send me free stuff. There we go.
There you go. This is ad speak over. I love that. No, I completely agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have an okay record player and I have like an all-in-one, and it's like, hey, both of them serve their purpose. So
And
it's
that's
just
the
what it
thing,
is.
like, they're made to play records.
Yeah.
It's not like you're
Hmm.
putting a donut or a piece of bread on there, like, it's gonna
Yeah.
play music, like, it's
Yeah. Exactly.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. What's the first vinyl you ever bought?
With my own money, it was probably the Green Album by Weezer
Hmm.
on vinyl, yeah,
Nice. That's like such a great
probably.
first album, honestly. So
Oh,
good.
man, classic,
So
yeah.
good. Well, and especially because now you're like, that was the first one I bought, and now it's worth like a few $100s. So
I mean, this was 25 years ago, so it's just, over time, it'll go up, yeah,
yeah, that's so amazing.
yeah.
What about the most played record do you have in your collection?
Ooh, that fluctuates with whatever, like, is coming out that's kinda new, I'll play it over and over again. But as far as, like, something that's always been sort of around, there was a few years where I played Charles Bradley's Victim of Love album,
Mm,
like, nonstop. That
yeah.
one got played that one's probably got I should probably buy a second copy of that one because that got played a ton.
Mm,
But, yeah, I would say, like, the, Summer Dream collection from the Beach Boys, that gets played a lot.
hmm. Hmm.
Um, Sunflower by the Beach Boys, that gets played a lot too.
Hmm.
So I'm like quickly looking at my records
Yeah.
around me. Um, Gosh. Yeah, let's go with those.
Yeah, those are perfect. What about like a desert island record? What's a record that you couldn't live without if your collection dwindled down to basically nothing?
Friends by the Beach Boys.
Okay, nice. Love it.
That's the one. Yeah.
That's the one. And what about like a dream pressing, or as people in the record world like to call it, the grail? A grail for you?
That I'm looking for still?
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh. Um, okay. I'll throw this out there. The Beach Boys Somewhere in Paradise record,
Mm,
which only came out in South Korea in 1992, and there was a pressing of like maybe it's either 4,000 copies or 400 copies. It's very
wow.
limited, and they go
Yeah.
for a crazy amount of money when they do go up
Mm,
on the market. They're
mm,
insanely rare. So
that's
I'm
the
gonna
one.
throw out that one. Yeah,
Okay, so you're just hoping that somebody brings a collection into the record store and it's just got that. It's just sitting there.
every day, man.
And you're like, as a manager, I will take this.
It's like, oh, these aren't worth much.
Yeah.
I'll put $5 in the bin, and
Yeah.
I would never do that.
Yeah. Hey, Giggins, this was awesome. It flew by. I know we could easily do, over an hour of this. But yeah, so much fun to have you on, talk vinyl, talk about your experience at Static Era Records. And next time you're in Milford, Connecticut, check it out. Check out Static Era Records. Super awesome. Support your local record stores everywhere you are. I've got one here in Nashville that I love called Phonolux.
One thing I always do working at the record store, I promote every record store in
Mm-hmm.
town. Like if we don't
Mm-hmm.
have something, I'll be like, yo, go to this store. They'll probably have it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
We're all doing it together, so just
Mm-hmm.
support each
And
other. Yeah.
totally, totally. It's so cool. So yeah, this was awesome. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks,
And
man.
yeah, listeners out there, tune in next time for another episode of Press with another guest.